But, I don't have any friends. And I'm not going out there by myself.
There's a lovely book tag going around that's just started from Shawn D. Standfast. He started this Christmas-themed celebration of booktubers that you've grown to know personally, or you use a lot, you watch a lot, or that kind of thing. And it's a really nice Christmas, festive, happy, cheery, really. So I wanted to do it, and a huge thank you, by the way, to the people that I've already been mentioned on. So that was really lovely to see. But I'm going to do the 12 booktubers of Christmas of my own. So these are 12 booktubers, and these are people that I interact with a lot. So they've become friends. I think every single one of them are people I feel like I know, and they know me, and over the last year that's grown a lot, so that's really cool. So it's a nice sort of celebration of that. So that's what this is about. So it's a nice way to put up a Christmas video, I think, with this kind of theme. So 12 booktubers of Christmas. What I've tried to do, as far as what order they go in, is link them to mostly the original meaning of the link them to the 12 days of Christmas, but there's a couple where I've linked it to the literal words of what those days are. So I'll explain as we go along. So number 12 is 12 drummers drumming, and I'm picking Crystal from Fiber Artsy. So hi Crystal. I know that Crystal's well into music and tagged me in a couple of music related tags over the year, and I always like Crystal's comments, and I always really like her videos, and I try to comment on all of them that she puts up. I'm not sure I get to all of them, but Crystal's awesome, so check out Crystal's channel. So Fiber Artsy, 12 drummers drumming. Number 11 pipers piping. So 11 pipers piping is originally, the pipers are the disciples. So even though there's obviously 12 disciples, only one of them does betray Jesus in the story. So there's only 11 that are the ones that are piping, as in spreading the word. So that's where the 11 pipers piping comes from. And I thought it would be nice to make a reference, try and pick where to put Brandy. I thought it would be nice to make a reference to the New World's November group, and the fact that we were piping on about science fiction and spreading the word about science fiction. So she's kind of representing the New World's November team. So that's Brandy from Booklectic. So please check her channel out. Number 10 is 10 Lords of Leaping. So 10 Lords of Leaping originally is the 10 Commandments. That's the original meaning of the 10 Lords of Leaping. And I'm picking Shawn D. Standfast because I thought it was quite a nice fit, because Shawn reads a lot of non-fiction about authors and about the sort of origins of the genres and some of the old attitudes in the original sort of science fiction golden age and that kind of thing. And I think you can link that to maybe Shawn creating a 10 Commandments of science fiction or something. If you want to give him ideas. But yeah, so Shawn, huge thank you to you for, you were the first one to put me on screen with you and do a live chat when we did the Desert Island books, which was an amazing experience. And then you helped me out with my 500 subs Q&A, which I really appreciate, because you said you weren't sure if you'd be able to do it, and you did it, and it was such a much easier process doing it with you. So thanks, Shawn, for all that. So he's number 10. Number 9 is 9 Ladies Leaping, and this isn't necessarily about the original meaning of where the Ladies Leaping comes from. I'm picking Pax from Pax Panic, and I'm using the ladies dancing. Did I say ladies leaping? Ladies dancing 9 Ladies Dancing. I'm picking this one for Pax because she's got so much energy in her videos, and you know, that sort of she's not quite dancing around the screen, but there is that sort of ball of energy that she gives, which I think makes her, as one of the things that makes her channel so brilliant. Pax Panic, number 9. Number 8 is 8 Maids and Milking, and for that one, that is originally the 8 Maids and Milking is based around like the common people and the people that are worse off, and they're kind of represented there in the 12 Days of Christmas. And I'm picking Brian from Bookish because when Brian does his analysis of literature, and when he talks about the meaning behind the books, and he talks about the importance of some of the non-fiction books he reads, he's always a fantastic voice of reason, and he's always thinking about the ordinary man, and his political stance is very sound, and it's just a joy hearing someone talk so brilliantly about literature and about politics. Brian from Bookish is my choice for number 8. And number 7 is 7 Swans Are Swimming. And for that one, I'm picking David Wiley. The reason why I'm picking David Wiley for 7 Swans Are Swimming is because originally, the original meaning of 7 Swans Are Swimming is a reference to the different 7 elements of the Holy Spirit. So there's like a spiritual element to number 7. And I think, I'm really hoping this is right, otherwise this is so off kilter, but I think David Wiley is a practicing Christian. So I wanted to put him in the list, and I thought that was a good one to go for David. So if I'm wrong, if I'm really wrong, then I apologise, David, but I think I've seen you say that in the videos you do. Number 6 is 6 Geese Laying, and for 6 Geese Laying, that's about that is literally a link with the geese to eggs and about creation. It's supposed to be a link to the way that God created life and that kind of thing. And I thought it'd be nice to mention MJ from Reading This Life, because she's given a lot of small booktubers a lot of life and given them a massive heads up and a massive push forward with the things that she's done on her small booktube videos and that kind of thing. So she's a great champion of smaller channels, which is brilliant. So that's why I went with that for MJ from Reading This Life. Number 5 is 5 Gold Rings, obviously the famous bit in the song that people like singing. And I'm picking Mike from Fit to be Read for that. But this is not because of the original meaning of the 5 gold rings, it's because gold, 5 gold rings, I think the gold is a nice reference to how slick and polished and interesting and hectic sometimes his videos are visually, and how much work he puts into the interesting things he puts on the green screen. And obviously he topped all that crazily this year with doing his huge video of like it's 3.5 hours long of the greatest science fiction books, with tons of people on it, including me, which I'm very grateful for, and loads of great authors, and it was just a hell of a thing to do. So I thought it would be nice to kind of reference that as being bling in a booktuber way. So Mike from Fit to be Read, your channel is incredible. Number 4 is 4 Calling Birds, and the 4 Calling Birds is a reference to the 4 Gospels. So, you know, Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. And was it Matthew? Was it Mark? No, was it Paul, John, George and Ringo, wasn't it? And the 4 Calling Birds, I'm going to reference to Ollie from Crim and Ollie. So I'm putting him down as, if we talk about the Gospels and we talk about the Gospel truth, I think one thing you always get from Ollie's channel and his series Sunday Bollocks and any review he does of books, when he talks about political issues in books, and he talks about some of the new norms, he talks about, I think I heard him talk about pronouns at one point, and just like Brian, He just always just says the truth. He doesn't say, there's no biased kind of nonsense. He just says the truth, and it's brilliant. So that's why I'm going with that gospel truth thing. It's really sound, and I love watching his opinionated videos more than his sort of, if he did a review of a Kindle thing, I don't really know because I don't really relate to it. But if he does have to tackle an issue, he is so good at doing that. So Ollie from Criminoli is my number 4. Number 3 is Book Time with Elvis, Mark. That's for 3 French Hens. Mark from Book Time with Elvis. Another person, like all of these, another person I've got to know a lot more, and we've spoken relatively regularly, and he's a lovely guy. He's an English guy, lives in the Czech Republic, so he's got very different experiences, kind of grew up same way that I did, but then is very different culturally now, and I've picked him for 3 French Hens because I think he speaks French, and I know that he's raved about some French literature this year, and I just thought that was a fit that could work. So hopefully I got that right as well. And number 2, this is quite an obvious one, and these people have been used for number 2 a couple of other times as well. So that's 2 turtle doves, and turtle doves are famously romantically involved, and it was a nice opportunity to make a reference to the Bookish Bryants, so Scott and Becky. So 2 people I've got to know really well, again thanks to the New World's November event, and that'll continue next year with Horror Mayhem and then another New World's November. So I'm looking forward to more of our friendship, which would be cool. But yeah, they're awesome. So Bookish Bryant for 2 turtle doves. And then finally, not really a reference to the original meaning of and a partridge in a pear tree, but just someone to top up the tree, because as I've said on the previous video, he is the first person I look for when I get home and I go onto YouTube. I don't watch TV now, I just watch YouTube in general. And that's Michael K. Vaughan. So Michael K. Vaughan is my number 1 partridge in a pear tree. So those 12 people are my 12 booktubers of Christmas. It will be really interesting if I do this again next year and it's completely different people, or at least half of them are different, because I might have met new people. That might be cool. There's also loads of others I could have mentioned. So there's loads of the nice thing about what we're doing here is we are creating genuine friendships, and it's nice because most people are just really nice, and it's been really rewarding. And when you make, I notice when there's a change when I make a comment on someone's live stream. When in the early period they'll say, "Oh, Book Songs and Other Magic's mentioned something," or they've made a comment. But then after a while, you don't get that. You get, "Oh, hello, Gareth. Gareth said this," and then that's, you're more familiar with that person, and that's a sign of that conversation that's been happening, possibly off stage, in emails or whatever. So that happened recently with Matt Wall, which was nice, and he's been very encouraging as well with my stuff I write. But yeah, there's loads I could mention. So anyway, that's my 12 booktubers Christmas. Have an enormous Christmas. Make sure you rest and see whoever you need to see. If it's family or friends, try and see someone. Celebrate the end of the year, and come into the new year. Reflect on the good stuff. Appreciate what's around you. Relax. Kind of acknowledge the good stuff that's happened. Acknowledge the good things that you've either got through, or that you've achieved, or that you just feel good about. And watch The Muppet Show. Happy Christmas, everyone. Bye.